All right, this episode goes out to all of you that feel like your discovery calls are an absolute waste of time and that you are not a good closer and that you are really struggling to get decisions out of people. All right, this came up on a rapid fire coaching session with one of my clients, and she was saying that she was having all these amazing rapid fire. What am I talking about? She was having all these amazing discovery calls, but then she felt like when she sent the proposal, they just ghosted. And so she's like, I don't understand. On the phone, they're so good, but then they get the proposal and I hear nothing. And so a couple questions I asked her, and I'm going to ask you if you're feeling the same way, is one, are you having an open and honest conversation about pricing while on the discovery call? I mean, especially if you don't have your pricing on your website, then you need to be discussing it on the call. Two, even if you have it on the website, people probably haven't looked at it. And so you need to be discussing it on the call. Like, stop being afraid to talk budget and pricing on these discovery calls. All right. Get a feel for it. Just simply ask. So you have this great conversation, you talk to the people, they tell you all of what they're struggling with, you come back and obviously sales calls 101 is listen to the client, and then your spiel coming back to them is you using their own words back at them, obviously not in a shit spam way or like in a way that's out of integrity, but I'm being serious. Like, if you're talking about, so somebody's coming to you saying, for me, for example, if they came to me in regards to the alliance and they were saying like, oh my God, I feel like I joined these other networking groups and all they are is people passing referrals. Like, I'm sick of feeling like I have to pass referrals all the time. Like, I just really want a place where I can connect with people. I would immediately come back with the alliance and be like, because it's true, again, it's true that the alliance is, yes, referrals are a byproduct of being in the alliance, but it's not the only reason we're there, right? Like, I want it to be a place where you can collaborate and you can get support and you can, learn from one another and have these mastermind conversations, and people can truly get to know you beyond your I help statement, beyond your, physical or, virtual business card, and truly be able to send you like a quality referral too, because they know you, they know your personality, right? Like, so again, like if somebody was explaining that to me, I'd be able to share that back with them. But then you have to have the open conversation about pricing. There is no harm in that. So, and here's what it looks like. When I talk even about my one-to-one offers, I say, this is what it looks like. My, 1 month intensive's $13.50. My 2 month intensive's $37.50. I'm more than willing to work with you on payment plans. It doesn't have to be paid all up front. But what were you thinking? Like, is that within your budget or not really? Because here's the thing. We all have a budget. Like, I am not one of these people that says, play the super psych game and try to talk to them about like, what's it going to cost you if you don't make this and yada. No, budget is budget. We all have bills to pay, mouths to feed, and, roofs to put over our heads. I'm not saying that most people aren't willing to stretch. If they are committed to their business as a business owner, they know what they're willing to stretch to and they know what they're not. And so just be honest and ask them straight up. And maybe if you have to send a custom proposal, this is what I told the other client to do, is just say like, I'd have to really sit down and give you a custom proposal based on the scope that you just gave me. She does, she's a copywriter. So obviously, like, depending on what they need, but I told her, give her like, but the minimum starting package, like bare minimum, is going to be XYZ price. Like, is that even something that's within your budget? Because here's the thing, let's stop wasting time. There is absolutely no point in sending this detailed long proposal that she was spending, a good 30 to 40 minutes or more creating with the research and making, and adding in all this customization, just for them to come back and be like, oh, that's not what I expected. It was out of my budget. Have the conversation up front. That's what these sales and discovery calls are for you to see if they are a good fit for you and for them to see if you are a good fit for them, right? Like, so be honest about it. This is what I don't understand. And the other thing is the people need that permission to say no. And I'm not saying the permission for an out, but what I often do is say, listen, if you think about it and you decide now is not the right time and it's not a good fit, can you at least just let me know? because I don't want to keep following up with you. I don't want to keep bugging you. I don't want to just keep, reaching out to you if it's not a good fit. Like, if it's not a good fit, I'm not afraid of the word no. Like, please just tell me, like, just let me know, because I also only have capacity to take on XYZ number of clients, whatever it is. And I don't want to kind of hold a space for you based on this conversation if you change your mind. So please, do you mind having the respect to just let me know? Most of the time, they like when you give people that permission, but most of the time they don't want to say like, oh yeah, absolutely. Like, they're going to give you an answer, right? They're going to give you an answer. Most people, again, there's always going to be the ones that ghost you. It's just part of, being a business owner, unfortunately. But you can have better discovery calls. And one of the things that I really want you to do, and this is what I keep talking about, we talked about it a lot last month in the Growth Mindset series, is about you stepping into the CEO role as a business owner, okay? This person that you are on the phone with is coming to you because they need help. Their time is no more precious than yours. What they do in their business is no more successful than yours. If they could do it themselves, they wouldn't be having a conversation with you. So stop discrediting yourself and making yourself out like you are any less because they are hiring you. And just stop. No, step in and stand in your expertise and the ownership and make them give you a response. All right. I'm not saying like force it, but let them know I'm not just sitting around waiting for you to freaking come and tell me you're ready to work with me. No, my business, my time is growing just as fast, if not faster than yours. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for you. Like, no, I am not less than. I see this happen a lot with the freelance community or like the virtual assistant community. It's like people come in like, oh, I'm better than you and I'm hiring you to do all my piddly work. No, like those positions to me are like some of the most valuable, because do you know how much time they save me? They save me from getting into the nuts and bolts of all this minutia that takes me away from where I excel at, which is being a coach or being a facilitator in the mastermind, in the alliance. If I can't be, that's where I make my most money, right? Like, that's where you make money, is when I stand in what I'm good at, not trying to figure out how to invoice you through Dubsado or whatever it is, right? So bringing on a VA that knows how to do all of those things, that's not any less than. And so you need to stand in your power, stand in your expertise. They are coming to you with a problem that they are looking for you to solve. All right. So don't let them act like you are any less than. That's another key piece to having great discovery calls and actually converting, is letting them know, like, here's who I am, here's what I do, and here's how you can hire me. And if it's not a good fit, you need to let me know. And if it is a good fit, here's the next steps. Okay. So always give them the next steps and say, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to send you a proposal. If I don't hear back from you within 3 days, I'm going to shoot you a text. I'll probably shoot you a DM. Do you mind if I DM you and follow up? Just because sometimes I know my emails, they can get lost. It might go into spam. I know my inbox gets crazy too. So do you mind if I send you a DM and just follow up with you, right? So you're setting the expectation. You're letting them know, I'm going to follow up with you within 3 days. I understand you're busy. I understand you have a lot going on. So do I, but I'm going to put a reminder in my calendar right now to follow up with you. So expect it, right? Like, continue to maintain. And then the other thing is, if they don't respond, follow up again. And if they don't respond, one of the things that you can do, if you're really still having trouble getting that conversion, is pull it from them. You can say, listen, I haven't heard back from you, so I'm going to assume that you're all set. You let me know when you're ready. I'm moving on. Like, not I'm moving on. Say it in obviously a diplomatic way, but you want to let them know, like, I'm moving on. And if and when I have time, when you're ready, if I have time in my schedule, let's talk again. That's it. It really all comes back to this sense of confidence and ownership to the value that you are bringing to the table, and the fact that you just need to let people know, like, you're in or out. You're in or out. Yes or no. It's okay. If I'm not a good fit, just let me know. You know, we're big girls, big boys. We can handle no. All right. Stop being afraid of the word no. And mutually respectful. If a client is not a good fit for you, give them that respect and just say, you know what, based on everything that we've just talked about, I'm not sure that I'm the best fit for you, but I'm going to look through my list of referrals and make sure I send you somebody that I think might be a better fit. You know, that's okay too. Okay. So let me know if you think this was helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear how it's going. If you've been, if you implement some of these things, let me know. Okay. I'll talk to you soon.